I realize more and more that I am the master of my own time and I create my own reality. Now, to some people, those two things might sound crazy, but I'll delve into what I mean in more detail. What's incredibly important to emphasize here is I love the phrase action leads to clarity. And my initial response is like, why am I doing this podcast? Is because I just know in my deepest of deep instinct and gut that this is what I'm going to do for the next 20 years. And it's something that I really, really enjoy, like listening and learning from people, but also speaking myself and getting my head around a concept and eloquently, but also simply redescribing what that thing is. And what I do today is going to compound over time. And if the ultimate goal is to hit the apex of your skill set in your mid 50s, which is a much more similar kind of trajectory profile that you might see from traditions of Eastern philosophy, you actually have 20 years to get there. It's like, okay, well, how do I do that? Well, you compound over time different skills that are needed in order to become that future person. And the skill I currently bring to a conversation to orchestrate a valuable piece of time for not just the guest, but also the audience member and myself as the host is only getting better and better and better. And my team, Pat and Michael, shout out to both those guys that have been absolutely instrumental in getting me this far the last 6 months. They will often give feedback about certain things I did well or not so well. And I also feel when a conversation, a really good conversation, or maybe not quite so on the money. And yeah, the interesting part is how do you know that you're making progress? How do you know that you're going in the right direction? And there are lots of metrics you can look at. Obviously, it's like, are you creating any revenue? So are people paying you for this? If you're not, what's it costing you and how much are you investing? Not just in your own capital, but also your time. But a very, very simple mechanism for feedback is people contacting me. And it can be done in various different ways, whether it's like a public post or it can be done privately with an email or a DM. I'm just going to run you through a couple of messages that I received from people recently that have really impacted me. I mean, literally, this is stuff that has come to me in the last, like, two weeks or 10 days or so, where I'm like, oh, that is why I do this. It really fills me with absolute purpose, passion, inspiration that this process of hosting conversations, telling stories, digging into different subjects, not being scared to approach certain topics, it's very, very valuable to people. And ultimately, it helps drive their decision making. And they're investing their time in you because they believe that they can make better decisions as a result of that investment. And shout out to all the incredible people that I have listened to over the years, because there's no doubt that the value they've given me through the insights I've gained from the conversations they've hosted or been guests on have helped me make my decisions better. And my life is wealthier than it's ever been before. And that's an incredible thing to witness.